He was in the Marines once before. They threw him out.
Why?
Because he thought for himself. They called it departing from established mission parameters. One time, this colonel ordered him to leave a wounded civilian behind. He told the colonel to shove it and dragged her out anyway.
So, he was a hero.
So he was court-martialed, cashiered, kicked out. He went on cop duty, patrolling the ass end of space with the rest of us rejects. You can tell he hasn't changed, though. Pisses the hell out of Aida, but he still wades in with both fists and does what he thinks is right.
The seventh and final artifact is on a planet in the star system NC962. It's a B-type star, a blue giant that burns hot and bright. The third planet will be bathed in a constant storm of radiation from this powerful and raw sun. We don't know much about the planet itself. It may be the home planet of the Drakk, the creatures who built the installation on Nakoja Abad. 2 survey expeditions came here when the sector was being mapped, but both ships disappeared. It was designated a Class 5 hazard zone. Look, I can't go on with this stupid briefing. Why are we doing this, John? If Drexler is so worried about someone combining the artifacts to form a super weapon, why don't we just leave this one where it is and destroy the ones we've already got? Problem solved.
Destroy them how? You've seen how invulnerable they are. We've blown them up and bombarded them with ion beams, not a dent on them. We can't destroy them, Aida.
Then let's just turn around and go away. Leave this one alone. You don't need to die for this.
Look at everyone who's been after these things. You think if we walk away, the Izanagi will too? The Scar? We need to collect the last artifact and turn them all over to Drexler. If I have to choose between us and the bad guys, I choose us.
I'm not going to stop you, John. But you're not seeing the whole picture. When you do, you're not going to like it.
I persuaded Hawkins to let us keep Niban. Good thing, too, because I wouldn't trust anyone else to get the dropship down in there.
I heard. Now he thinks you're God.
Tell me about these Drakk.
We haven't had much time to study them. They appear to be a form of artificial life, robotic creatures who create and repair their own bodies, having killed off their biological ancestors centuries ago. I'm betting they're almost completely invulnerable. The toughest enemy you've faced yet.
I've been thinking about Taiko.
I don't want to talk about that.
I do. You can't forgive yourself for sacrificing those people.
I didn't sacrifice them. They weren't pawns in a chess game. You can say it. I killed them.
And you can't forgive yourself. You think you betrayed them. But have you ever wondered what they would have chosen?
I didn't give them a choice.
But if you had, don't you think they might have said, go ahead? Don't you think they might have weighed their lives on the same scales you did and said, it's better that we few die so millions more may live? That's the same choice humans have been making for centuries, Aida. You can't destroy yourself because you were the one who had to make it again.
Get out of here, John. Isaac is waiting.
How you holding up, Isaac?
Doing all right, boss.
Looking forward to going home after this?
Nah, worried. Don't want to fall back.
You've got it licked, don't you?
I've been clean, boss. Not a drop since I came on board. But I'm weak. I only made it because I keep the stuff off the ship.
You're stronger than you think.
How do you figure?
You've worked deals with every supply sergeant from here to Daedalus to scrounge us equipment, right?
Yeah. So?
You could have smuggled booze on board any time you wanted, but you didn't. Nobody can be strong all the time, but you've been strong when it counts. Got anything new for me?
I took a bunch of Drakk pieces and cobbled them together to make a laser. Definitely worth checking out. Also, I figured out the triggering device on that floating orb thingy you found. Your choice, Hotshot.
Bring 'em on.
Take your pick.
Give me another look at that Drakk laser.
I put this thing together from bits and pieces you found in the labs on Nakoja Abad. It uses a proto-Drakk pod for ammo, but it shoots out a laser pulse that's sort of like a conventional railgun. No alt-fire yet. I'm still waiting for inspiration. Anything else?
Tell me about that hunter-killer.
I figured out a control mechanism for those floating orbs you found on Nakoja Abad. Your primary fire launches the orb at an enemy, so it circles around him and shoots at him. The alt-fire is a defensive mode. The orb will circle you and try to shoot down any inbound projectiles. What'll it be?
See you later.
Dodging asteroids takes much concentration.